All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. So welcome. Glad we could get this in. Welcome to 2020 Boys Cross Country Awards. Had to get hooked up to the millions of viewers watching from home at YouTube. So hopefully we're broadcasting with sound tonight. That's been an issue, but I think we got that figured out. So remember, you are on YouTube, so don't trip, don't fall down or anything like that, and laugh at all Coach Romanski's jokes because we know what a big joker he is, right? So just a couple things before I turn it over to your coaches. First of all, let me tell you, as the athletic director, I am proud of our coaching staff and I'm proud of our student athletes. To go through what we went through this preseason and this season, not knowing if you were going to have a season, to being shut down, to then going back to practice, to them being shut down, to them being told we're not sure that we're going to have a season. That's a tribute to you guys for continuing to believe and just working hard to try to get yourselves ready for whatever kind of season we were going to have. And so I'm very thankful for that. I thought overall, all of our sports, we had a very successful fall season. Especially in light of whatever everybody's going through. And it's not just, our school, but everybody, but I was especially proud of our student athletes. I'm also especially proud of our coaching staff. I will tell you that we had online coaches meetings from probably April until we started up. And never once in any of those coaches meetings did I hear any of our coaches say, this is terrible. This is awful. I don't want to do this. They were more like, how do we do this? How do we do this safely? How are we going to get our kids ready? Because we know we're going to have a season, and they were just positive the whole time. So just thank you to them. Thank you to the student athletes, and thank you to the parents. I mean, we, knock on wood, but we really haven't had to quarantine a whole team other than right at the end of football season, we had to quarantine the varsity portion of our football team. But other than that, we got through every scheduled event. And so far, we're in pause right now for our winter sports, but we still haven't had to quarantine a whole team. So that's another tribute to our student athletes for not only doing the right things while they're here, but also trying to do the right things while they're out and about. And that's hard. I have a sophomore and a college age freshman, so I get it. So thank you to the parents, especially our senior parents, for hanging in there with us and allowing our student athletes to have a successful fall season. I would be without remiss with not to thank our Westlake Demon Athletic boosters. Tim Bin, our president, just again, the boosters, it's been a weird year for them as well. But another tribute to our parents and our supporters is that we have not seen a drop in our membership, which is amazing. When you think about, usually people will get a membership because they get a pass to the football games and things like that. And obviously that wasn't part of the deal this year, but our memberships have stayed very, very steady. If you look at the last 3 years, including this year, they've been pretty steady. So that's a tribute to the support that we get from the boosters. As I always mention, they pay for about half of the awards that we're going to give out tonight. So again, great job by them. A couple of promos for them. If you're wanting a varsity jacket, you can always stop into the W shop and they have some jackets in there to try out. I think in your envelopes tonight, at least those of you that are getting your first letters, you'll be getting a information sheet on varsity letter jackets. If you don't get one of those and you want one, you can stop down in the athletic office. We have those there. They also have information on their website. Again, always looking for new members. and new ideas. So parents, if you are watching at home or out there and you want to just be a part of it, please, the first Thursday of every month, we have a meeting. They've been virtual lately, so probably continue that trend here for a while, but always looking for new members. Fall programs, I believe that all the seniors, you will receive a free fall program. I didn't see, did the seniors here pick up your banners yet? Okay, so I'm gonna have to look and see. I'll get your banners at the end of the night and the programs. Each senior, you can get a free program. Underclassmen, if you want a program, you can purchase one from the W shop. They still have some of those left. And then if we get to winter season, we're going to need some volunteers for concession stands if we run our concession stands. So those signups are on online as well. Just one great initiative that I've mentioned in all of our fall sports award ceremonies. Hopefully, you got a chance a couple weeks ago to check out the veterans display. You know, that's an initiative that WDAB has done now for, I think this is our third year. And you know, they don't make any money from it, but it's a great initiative. We get a lot of good publicity. A lot of newspapers come out, and we've actually had some of our fellow SWC schools inquire about how we do that, and hopefully it'll be one of those things where everybody does it. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Coach Romanski, and he's going to hand out some awards. All right, so just kind of start with, I want to go just a little comment about things being crazy and how proud I am of the athletes for finding a way to get through that. Like I said, you're on, you're off, you're on. And there's one day in practice, you're having a meeting Saturday, and it's kind of up to being up in the air, and then all of a sudden it was here. So I'm really proud of all that you guys put in throughout the season as we went on, not knowing how things were going to go, in case we get shut down at any moment. You guys still continue to come in and work extremely hard every day. So I'm very proud of you guys for that. I also want to thank you for kind of following through with all the regulations that we had in place throughout the whole entire season. We didn't have to yell at you guys too much about having masks on or anything like that. So I really thank you guys for talking with us. Thanks to all the parents for being patient with this whole process. It was kind of a lot to deal with, but we have great fan groups that do a lot for our kids, and we're really thankful that you guys are so supportive. We're so grateful with all this as well. So great job. This year we had a really strong season. You guys, put us some fast times throughout the year. We ended up being fourth in the conference. It was a little bit lower than we were hoping for this year, but it was still, I couldn't be more proud of you guys with everything that was going on. Okay, still stepped up and came up and really performed at a high level. So tonight we're going to start with our SWC conference awards. So if you want to come up once we call you. This year we had one first team all conference runner, and that was KJ Buell. Well, he's coming up. We had two honorable mention athletes, Joey Del Priore and Nathan Gordon. Good job, KJ. Congratulations. As we get into team awards, for those of you who've been on the team before, it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to call you up in groups this time around instead of individually like we have in the past. So we can hopefully celebrate you guys to the level you guys deserve for the season. To start with, and pass over to the polls for the first group.
All right, so the first group of runners that we have, group 4 freshmen, Brogan Hardo, Caleb Stives, Jay Phillip, and TJ Winston. So as they come up, I'm going to share a little bit about each of the three of the four that are here tonight. So I'll start with Rogan. Rogan is one that I think as the year went on, I really noticed the bulldog mentality that he has. And I mean that with great respect. For those who don't know, he just got back from wrestling practice. And I think that speaks volumes of him and his character. He's just an extremely hard worker. You will never hear him complain about anything. And I really think every practice is for everybody else with just how hard he works. He really improved as the season went on, shaving off, I want to say, at least a few minutes from the very first meet to his PR at the end of the year. So great job. Jay is another one of our first year runners, and he is one that every day came to practice, another one that just put the work in, did not complain once. It's easy to complain during cross country. Whether they really need it or not, it's very easy to complain. And Jay just puts his head down and he runs every day, and he comes with a great attitude. And it's a man of very few words, but he's a great member, a great addition. Thank you, Jay. And Caleb. What can I say about Caleb? Caleb is one of the most, I want to say, energetic and just enthusiastic kids that you'll ever find. You can find him running across the varsity meets, cheering on every one of his teammates. After he finishes his race, going back and cheering on the guys that are behind him. He's cheering on his teammates at practice. He's doing everything and then some that you can ask out of a teammate. And he's just another great addition. He's somebody that we love having on the team. I know you all love having him there as well. And we look forward to not just the next 3 years for you, Caleb, but for the next 3 years for both of you as well. So thank you guys.
Next up, we have a group of sophomores, Jack Palan, Ethan Fulton, Derek Kiki, and Charlie Kennedy. As we're walking up, this group kind of all together as a group, they're kind of always together, good friends, they're kind of training partners on the team. And one good thing about the whole group, before I kind of talk about them individually, was just all four of people, 3 years ago, all of them really stepped up in big ways here. The second half of the season, all of them shaved off a ton of time. And made huge improvements, kind of even more than I was expecting the two freshman season to sophomore season. So it was really cool to see all of them have these big moments together. Charlie is a very competitive kid in races. He's quiet in practice. He's very reserved when he gets out on the course. You see that competitive fire, and that's driving him to these great performances that we talked about in the second half of the season. Ethan's another one who works really hard day in and day out. He works well with this group together. He's a great teammate. Does everything we ask of him. And along the way, he has put up some really strong times. And has been definitely a great addition to this team over the past 2 years. I really look forward to seeing how he gets improves going forward. Jack is another one who kind of shows exhibits a lot of leadership in the group. He pushes everybody, kind of wrangles everybody together, and has done a really good job motivating this group and motivating some of the younger guys who train with these forward. And along the way, he's definitely improving, better each year, each race, and we'll look for him to be kind of a big leader and a big performer on the team over the next 2 years. Congratulations, guys. Next, we have Tyler Cleveland and Paul Paul.
These year's group works well together throughout the year. And they're two of the nicest kids that you'll ever meet. So individually, Tyler is one that, and I feel like I say this about a lot of the kids, he just works and works and works. strides that he has made from last season to this season have really been impressive to watch. And it's something that we are very proud of as coaches and as a team. The way that you approach practice every day, the way that you approach races is very consistent, it's very dedicated. There's a lot of heart that you carry with you, and it's something that does not go unnoticed by coaches and teammates. Paul, I know last season you were a little bit plagued with injuries, which was disappointing for you, and you were questioning what to do with this season. And it turns out that sticking with it was a great decision because, again, your strides from last season to this season have been incredible. I know in particular, one of the races at Avon Lake, you had an extremely strong finish where there were kids from other teams that were actually saying, "Oh, cow, look at that kid. He's crazy fast." And just other teams noticing things about you is really, it stands out. It's really impressive. Put in a lot of hard work. You're always somebody that comes in with a big smile on your face. And I think most importantly, you seek out help to get better. And that is one thing that is admirable about you and those that do that, because sometimes it's not easy to do that. You are always looking for a way to get better. So we commend you on that as well. So thank you guys.
Congratulations, guys. Good job. Good job.
Freshman Liam Walsh and Will Hennessy. So this freshman group is a talented group overall. Nine groups. Coach Sullivan last year we talked about those who are coming in. He went through and specifically named a lot of individuals. These two were both part of that group that he really named as people who could really have a huge impact on the team. Thought they could be impactful immediately. This year they both stepped up in a big way. Kind of put these two together in this group. Kind of, when we were grouping kids, I was kind of trying to get the things to tie people together. These two are together all the time. They're good friends and stuff. They also kind of are kind of have rivalries kind of with siblings. Will has a twin on the team now. Liam's brother graduated a year ago. So there's kind of this rivalry going there. Will and Charlie, I'm excited to see how this plays out over the next 4 years. Charlie got year one, but we're going to have some fun. That's it for sure. So it'll be fun to watch that. Liam unfortunately had a little bit of injury issues part of the way through. So again, if I compare that to Sean, he got to year one, but again, I think you guys have both grinded and worked through a lot of kind of adversity this year. Put up a really solid time as freshmen, worked really hard. And you're definitely going to be people who are pushing this team forward for years to come. I'm really excited to work with you. Next up, we have Owen Hall and Hamza Saeed. These two are very similar. In fact, they are multi-sport athletes. Both of them play soccer as well. So it's always great, and we always encourage kids to play multiple sports because it's not only great for our school, but I think it also really does help the running aspect of our sports. I'll start with Hamza. He's one that is quite different in the best of ways. He always comes to practice rallying troops. He's one that never fails to entertain, and he's showing very, very high levels of potential and grew as the season went on. So we are very much looking forward to seeing what you have in store over the next 3 years. And your freshman season was one that you can learn a lot from and build upon to have a strong career here at Westlake. Owen is another side. Although he wasn't able to practice maybe as much as he would have liked, by the end of the year, he just showed that he was a true competitor. He's a very, very strong runner, and he's one that really is going to be a force on this team. And we are very, very excited about that. Near the end of the year, he put in a couple of performances that blew us away as coaches. And we think that there's quite a bit of potential for both of you moving forward. So great job this season, and we're excited about the future.
Our next group is going to be another group of first year letter winners, Jason Madden, Charlie Hennessy, and Joey Del Fiore. So these three, Joey's a sophomore, but will move into the school district, and first year runner in cross country. Charlie and Jason are both freshmen who came up with that talented class that we talked about. It was really exciting to see these three develop. To have guys come in and run to the level these guys did in their first year is incredible. Joey's a sophomore and ran 17:09, which is an extremely fast time for a sophomore, especially one who's never had really much distance training, distance experience. He's more of a sprinter during track season. So for him to come in and step up and run to the level he did, push himself as hard as he did day in and day out, train with some of the top guys on the team, and race as our number 2 runner pretty much all season long was really something special to see. Charlie is one that he has this very smooth running form. I think that really pushes him, I guess, him kind of an advantage. He works really hard day in, day out. He's very competitive, which drives him to kind of rise up and kind of be someone who was constantly in the top 5 of our guys. He was one of the most consistent runners across the board all year long. And really fun to see that he actually now has the 4th fastest freshman time since I've been coaching here. So he's put himself in some really great company. The 5th fastest time was Jason, now right behind him. They were 2nd apart the same day. So Jason's another one that is, like you mentioned, Caleb, someone who's just a lot of fun to have around, moves around a little bit, but also works extremely hard. He's supportive of his teammates. He gets excited when they do well. And it's really fun to watch him compete as hard as he does, but also be such a great teammate to everybody around him. So these three are definitely, we wouldn't have had the season without these three on the team this year. So they're the guys that are going to really be a big part of the team going forward. So congratulations.
The next group, we have Tyler Schmitz, Equan Zhao, and Eddie Becker. As they make their way up, one thing that I can say about the three of them is that they all really did take a step in they really became leaders this year, I think. And that's always nice to see as a coach, because you need that help. You need kids to step up. And the 3 of them took some of the freshmen under their wings, and it really showed them the ropes and helped them ease into or transition into the season, especially during a difficult season like we had. So Tyler is one that last year came in as a freshman, and over the course of the past year or so, has really put on quite a bit of strength. And that shows, and it really was telling this season as he improved and became a very, very steady and solid runner for us. He's one that he loves to joke around. He's a very happy-go-lucky kind of kid. Really fun to be around. And he's one that, as the years go on, he's going to be a very, very competitive and strong runner for this team. So we're glad to have him. Equan is another that took a step in the right direction this season and took on a leadership role, which is great to see. Last year, especially at the beginning, maybe a little quiet, but then came into his own, and now it's another one of those kids that's just really fun to be around, really funny, always has a smile on his face, and works super hard at practice. Honestly, one of the hardest working kids that I've ever seen. So he's one that is, he leads with the example Hattie is one of the happiest people that I think I've ever met, and an absolute pleasure to be around. Hattie comes in every day and works. He does not complain. He stepped up as a leader, just like the other two at practice. And I think the three of them working together this season with their group, it helped every single person out along the way. Because if you have a good core group of leaders, that's really one of the best things that you can have for a team. And these three have really, really stepped it up and helped us out. And will continue to do so.
Yeah, guys. Good job.
The next group is going to be a group of juniors earning their third letter. Luke Harding, Jamie Kretzinger, and Jake Rickman. One thing that really tied this group together for me this year was the leadership that these three exhibit. Luke has been someone that for 3 years now, we talked about how great of a leader he is, how he just is inclusive with the team. He brings everything together. He leads in a positive way. People can, he gets there and he's motivating and he helps organize everybody. And he's just been that way since his freshman year. He was a leader on the team as a freshman and has just grown even more in that direction. And it's been so great to have him. It's so helpful for coaches to have him lead the team. So I really appreciate the group always stepping up in that way. Jamie had a great year this year. He's kind of the stale as a sophomore, but really brought it back this year as a junior and really improved quite a bit. But not just outside of the performance. One thing that I thought was really cool this year was watching Jamie practice and watching him really rally his training group around, he's halfway through the workout, he'd be really positive about it. Halfway there, I can do this. One more rep, I think multiple times throughout the season, I saw that side of him. So to see him kind of going into a role of leader as he's getting older, stuff is really cool to see. Again, the same thing with Jake here. Normally, in a normal year, didn't happen to us this year, but in a normal year, we have several kids who are also in band, and so practice time usually kind of overlaps with their band practices. So they always are having a second practice. Jake emailed me ahead of the season and kind of said he wanted to be the leader of that group and has that second practice. One of the kids had done that for a thing when he was a freshman. He wanted to be that person to step up and lead that group this year. So having these three guys really kind of step into this role of leadership. You guys who are going to be on the team next year already showing that leadership is going to help us advance further. It's going to make us all stronger. Great job this year.
All right, next we have a couple of third-year letter winners with AJ Miller and JP. The two of them at practice this year, and there are a few other guys that were mixed in with them, but they really hit it hard. And to see that every day, day in and day out, how hard they push each other, how hard they ended up working, I think it really is a testament to their character and who they are. They have a real competitive nature about them, and it's always fun to see that as they go back and forth at practice. So KJ, as we all know, was our regional qualifier this year, and it's one that had a very productive and very fine season. He's also one that took on a major role as a leader this year. There were a few times where he talked to us privately, wanting to address the team about just various not issues, but just various things that he felt like we needed to do better. So he took on this role. I see him taking on the role as a leader next year, and I see him only having a better season as a runner as well. So we're all looking forward to watching. So now JP is one that comes to practice, much like a lot of other kids. Many other kids on the team has a very fun personality. very fun to be around, but he's an extremely hard worker. And it rubs off on his teammates. And he as well took on a strong role as a leader this year, which was great to see. And I think the two of them just really piggybacked off each other, along with some of the other runners. And, it did wonders towards the development of our team. So great job. We are looking forward to this.
At this point, we're going to move away from the groups and call up the seniors individually. We want to give you guys the individual thank you for all your efforts for the past 4 years. We're going to start with those of you guys who were your first runner this year. So to start with is Ryan Zickets. Ryan is probably one of the nicest guys on the team. Always supportive of everybody around him. He works really hard. He again is kind of like a quiet kid usually, but then race day comes around and he's one of the most competitive ones that I've coached in. This is I think my 9th year of coaching here. He isn't just out there running the 5K, he's out there truly racing. Anytime I see him, he's sprinting to the next kid in front of him, the next group trying to catch kids. Someone's coming up on him, he's trying to sprint and pull them on. He was truly competitive throughout his whole 4 years here. And that is kind of something we try to instill in all of you guys. So if you saw him throughout the season, that's something to strive for. You're really competing all the way through. It's something that we're going to miss on the team. So we wish you luck going forward. We're going to miss you.
Quinn, if I could describe him in one word, it would be steady. Because the way he runs, he's just a very steady runner, very consistent. He's one that has grown just over the course of the 3 seasons that I've been here. Grown as a person, grown as a runner, and grown as a leader. I was very impressed with how you kind of handled your particular group this year. And you guys really stepped it up from the past couple of years. Really dedicated yourselves, I think, this year to getting better each and every day, and just becoming stronger runners, stronger people. And I think a lot of the freshmen really did respond to that as well. So it was a great few years, Quinn. Thank you for everything. Good luck with your future endeavors.
Next up is Nikki Bruin. Nikki's another one who is in the same training group with Quinn. Their friends are always together, they're riding at the same time usually. Quinn pushes himself really hard. Sorry. Nikki pushes himself really hard. He brought his brother into the team this year, which is exciting to have another, following in his footsteps. He works really hard, he competes really hard. One of the things that I thought was really cool about this season was, the last 2 weeks of the season, there was a change in Mickey on racing. He always worked hard, always wanted to, run a very solid race. There was just this extra desire there the last couple of weeks of the season. He just really dropped a ton of time over those last couple of weeks. I don't know if it was, you were coming up on your last couple of races and we had a big goal you wanted to meet, or what was that extra drive there? It was really cool to see that extra motivation and that extra level of, finding more in himself and pushing himself to that limit and really achieving some great times for the end of the season. He's been a great part of this team for the past few years. We really enjoyed working with him. We're going to miss you next year, so good luck with everything, and we'll see you then.
Congratulations.
Next, we have Bryce Evans. Bryce had a tough start to the season with an injury at practice, where he cut his leg up pretty bad and hurt his ankle, blew up almost immediately. So that was tough for him at the beginning of the season because Anytime you get injured, it's always tough, especially early on. And he overcame that and over the course of the season, dropped quite a bit of time from the first race to his last race. And I think during his last race, I really saw, much like Coach Ramsey was saying, there was a drive, there was a difference where he really kicked it into gear, became more competitive, which was great to see. That was a tough race because of the weather for those guys that were there at the big race where it was 40 degrees and rain. But he bared down, put his head down, and just went for it. And it turned out to be his best race of the year. So he peaked at the right time, testament to him, his work, and everything that he put in, just to get better each and every day. So congratulations, Greg.
Next up on the list is going to be his third letter is Eli Harbaugh. Eli started running as a sophomore, so he's been, a big part of this team. He's worked really hard. But I remember having some conversations with him and some conversations with his parents over the past few years about how we think there's more in him. There's something missing. He can't put it all together at races. This year he did. He had dramatic improvements from the beginning of the season compared to last season, and then continued to improve throughout the year. He, put it all together mentally, which we think was kind of just that last piece that was missing in the puzzle. And he really had a great, fantastic senior season. I'm really proud of him for all the effort he's put in over all of these years, especially this year, really driving all this last season and being as successful as it was. It's always great to go out that way. He's been, a positive teammate. He's been someone who other guys look to as an example of someone who works really hard. And so for him to kind of see the fruits of all of his labor was really cool to see. It was a great way to end his career. Again, like I said, Paul, we're going to get you next year. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Also, we have Sammy's not this year, but I still like to talk about it. So, Sammy, if you're watching, he is a 4-year letter winner, which is quite the accomplishment, regardless of the sport. And not only that, but Sammy Snoddy is a two-sport athlete. So to play two different sports at the same time, it's very difficult to play this juggling act. And I think over the past 4 years, he's really done a good job of that. Still able to show up on race day and compete. Okay, and that's one thing that I will always give to Sammy, that he is absolutely competitive on race day. You can see it in him. You can tell by just how hard he works at the end of every race. And he's one that this year did take on a little bit of a leadership role, especially near the end of the season, and sort of rallied some of the guys, some of the younger underclassmen, and motivate them and push them to work even harder at the end of the year. So he had a great 4 years. He's one that, if you were here, I'd tell him I wish you the best, and good luck in the future, because we are going to miss you, and good luck in the future, Sam.
Also now with us is another 4-year winner. 4 of them this year, which is an accomplishment for the senior class, a very talented group. So Chris Regis is not here today. But for 4 years, Chris has been someone who is very consistent. He's maintained, a high level of performance and then improved on that each year. He is a leader amongst this group. He's one of our 4 captains this year. He always works hard. He always steps up. He has a desire to compete hard. Wants to do well. Is, I think another one that kind of really motivated some people, around him this year to really kind of take on leadership roles themselves, and as well having high performances. He's gotten varsity experience each of the 4 years he competed. Obviously, earning his 4-year letter or 4th-year letter. He's been a big part of the team for all these 4 years. He's definitely going to be missed next year. So good luck, Chris. Good luck with everything, and we'll miss you next year.
Matthew can really be defined by his leadership. And it's not just leadership on our team, it's leadership in everything that he does. He is a major participant in almost every aspect of Westlake High School. And really, that shows what kind of person he is. He's one you can trust that he's going to do what he says he's going to do. An absolutely great kid in every aspect. And I know that he did not quite have the season this year that he was hoping for. He was plagued by some injuries, but don't ever let that take away from what you accomplished over your 4 years on this. I know, and I think everybody can say this, that we know you're going to be successful in whatever you do. And if it's, you know, you can go based off of how you were as a runner. We really expect big things out of you, and we know that that's going to come. So thank you very much for everything over the past few years, and good luck in everything you do.
The final of the letter award goes to Daniel. David is probably one of the most talented runners in the league that the ability sport. He is one who comes in and works extremely hard to practice. He has steadily improved over the past 4 years. I remember, this group came in as freshmen and were pretty strong. I think he was the third or fourth runner that freshman year. And I remember Coach Sullivan kept telling me, watch David Daniel, he's going to be the top one of this group when it all is said and done. By a long shot, he kept promoting how great this kid was. And over the course of these past 4 years, we've seen the rapid improvement, we've seen that level of talent all those years ago. And it's been great to work with you. Really proud of all you put into the past 4 years. We really thank you for all you put into this program. We're going to see you and have a great season. One thing, he said he wants to redeem himself for a season that he was hoping to move on this or better with track season this spring. So I'm going to push you to that. We're going to come to awesome track. At this point, we would like to, we have 2 special awards to kind of all people up for. So we're going to go ahead and give those out really quickly. So first of all, again, not here, but our SWC Scholar Athlete this year was Sammy Zanati. So congratulations to him for such a great as an athlete, but a student athlete means a lot. We promote student first and athlete second. So to achieve that as student first, congratulations to him. Next up is our sportsmanship award. That's going to go to senior Matthew D. We decided on this award for Matthew this year because, as Coach Cole kind of alluded to, it was kind of not the season we thought Matthew would have, it was the season we thought he would have for himself. But he, more than salvaged it, in my opinion, by being the leader that he was, being the teammate that he was. He drove out to Boardman to watch KJ run regionals. He was at practices, when he was 16, then he was still coming to practices to, be there to be a leader, be a supportive teammate. And rallying around it. Would have been easy for him to kind of just shut down and be done with the season and move on here when he had these injuries. But he still continues to show up and still continues to support and be someone who is just a great leader. As Coach Cole said, on and off the course. And we're really proud of that, and we really thank you for all that. It's really emblematic for the rest of you of what a good teammate should be doing. And I think you're a great example as a leader, as a teammate, as an athlete, as a young man. Next up is going to be our Most Improved Award, which goes to sophomore Tyler Schmidt. Tyler, again, is Coach Cole, when he was talking about it, said he is one that had, a ton of growth and a lot of strength this season. He went from being, I believe, around like mid-19s last year, if I remember correctly, to breaking 18 and running the 1750s. And it was kind of cool when that happened because those of you who don't know, I give note cards for every race. There's some points for what to expect from the course that day, stuff like that. But I always put a little time on there, especially this year with not knowing most of these courses because we haven't gone to these places. I got a little overzealous at times with memory. Tyler kind of pointed it out to me a few times. But when we got to Korea, and he was saying, like, I don't think I can do this. I said, I know you have things today. I know for a fact this is fast course. I've heard about this one before. To see kind of his reaction when he actually did run as fast as we do, he could have had the potential to. It's really cool to see how excited he was. For him to now have that going forward and believing that he can do this and having it, strengthen, I know it's just going to drive him to hit those times regularly now going forward. So we're really excited for you to do that. Congratulations. Next up is going to be our Rookie of the Year award, which goes to Chloe. As we said, Zoe moved here this summer, and we were lucky enough that he decided he wanted to run cross country. He didn't do it prior to previous school, and he's been a huge addition to the team. He was our #2 runner in every meet he competed in this year. He ran really solid time and really set himself up to have a fantastic career this year. To run the time he did in his first year, 17:09 was his final PR. To do that with some competition that he dealt with some injury issues that were going on, and it being his first season, it's just incredible. And it was an amazing season. We really look forward to seeing what you do fully healthy season, next year. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Next up, we're going to give a coach's award, and that's going to go to Charlie Hennessy. As the season was winding down, having a conversation with Coach Bowles, some of the older guys, they're kind of predicting who are going to win these special award stuff. And someone said that Charlie was going to win the Rookie of the Year award. We point out that Joey was on the team and it was his first year. And I don't even remember which kid it was. One of them said Charlie deserves some. He's been such a great teammate. And so we talked about how he's been so consistent, extremely competitive. Watching him compete in races, it's really fun to see. Watching him step up in practice, and move from being kind of the freshman in the group and being kind of pulled along through workouts to towards the end of the year, starting to kind of lead those workouts and kind of hold the other guys along. It just shows how hard he worked it. That he definitely was deserving of some kind of special recognition. So he's had a fantastic season. We're really looking forward to working with you going forward. Next up is going to be our MVP, which goes to Mr. Jay Brewer. I don't think it's any surprise for those who were able to spend some more meets this year that JJ is our MVP. He's our #1 runner all year. He has put himself on the top 10 board that's in the athletic hallway. In the #10 spot, so we're looking forward to having him move up. Higher up on the top 10 list next year. He was a regional qualifier for the second time this year, improved by 40 spots from last year to this year at the regional meet. He was third in the conference, third in the district, I believe, yeah. So he just had a fantastic year. And on top of taking on just having these amazing performances, he really was an MVP as a teammate, as a leader. Like Coach Cole said, he kind of pulled guys aside and talked to them about things they could do better. He congratulated guys when they had great races. He was just emblematic of everything that we look for in a teammate, a leader, competitor. So he was truly 100% the MVP. Congratulations. When we started doing it 2 years ago. So at this point, I'm going to bring up KJ up here. We have Matthew Eady, our retired our captain this year. we started kind of doing this captain's award where they kind of seek out someone they think has stepped up as a leader. And so I passed it along to them to present the captain's award this year. These three have been great captains along with Chris, appreciate the phone. So I want to thank them for helping us as a leadership team this year.
Thank you. So, yes, the captain's award we give to someone on the team that portrays like kind of like an honorary captain. It's not a captain that shows the leadership qualities that you need to possess to be a captain. And so this year we are giving the captain's award to JP Gordon. He's a great leader, as one of the coaches said. He's kind of took on the role of being a leader this year, and that's absolutely true. He's always leading his group in workouts. He's always at the meets, cheering people on. It does not go unnoticed. So,
Well, Matthew basically put the word right out of my mouth. Not only is JP a great leader, but he's also a great competitor. He's another one of our guys who really improved this year and consistently was putting up great times, right up there in the top of the varsity. So congratulations for that. And also just a great guy to have at practice. He's one of the best guys to have in your group to run with. And I had a lot of fun with him this season, and we'll see you next season.
this is not here today, but we want to give coaches your gifts. We really appreciate, and I can say it personally, for being on the team for 4 years, the captains and the entire team. We really appreciate everything you guys do. It means a lot to know that you write note cards for us every single race, and that you're always there to cheer us on and pushing us at practice. I know I'm going to miss it. You guys are juniors, and I know you'll miss it after you guys are gone next year, and Chris will miss it too. So I just want to say we really appreciate it.
I'd like to point out is at the beginning of the season, we didn't really know we were going to have a season, and the coaches really helped keep our hopes up and keep us going. And I think that's one of the things that led us to have the season that we did. Coach Bulls are such great coaches. They're so supportive. You know, if you don't have that great of a race, they don't get you down. They bring you up and just tell you to try better next week, and improve over the course of the season. And they're just great role models to have, not only as athletes, but as people. So thank you guys.
So with that, I would just like to again thank you guys for all of our work this year. Thank you parents for working with us on all these regulations and all these obstacles we had. I'm so proud of you guys for the efforts you put in, how you handled this season, everything you've done so far. So with that, those of you who didn't bring your uniforms, bring those up to us down here. Freshmen through juniors, I got one last kind of letter for you guys talking about things that you guys did well this season, what we can improve on going forward. And you guys have something else? Yeah, seniors for so yeah. One last thing. This is another tradition that started a few years ago. We kind of have some gifts and superlatives for all of our seniors every year. Fun tradition.
All right, first off, we have most likely to be late to his wedding. The one, the only, David Griffin. Next up, we have Matthew Eady, most likely to achieve world peace. Next up, we have Quinn Miller, most likely to run a professional fantasy league. Next up, who's not here, but Sammy Zanotti, most likely to go to the Olympics for ultimate frisbee. Mickey Hamilla, most likely to spend all of his money on body pillows. Chris Regan, who is not here today, most likely to play hide and go seek during practice. Bryce Douglas, most likely to discover Bigfoot. Ryan Vickers, most likely to always come to practice with us. Last but not least, Eli Harbaugh, most likely to become a barber.
Now, thank you. Now, you're a great evening. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.